Good evening, everyone. I'm Marissa Galante-Frank, Bloomingdale's Fashion Director, and welcome to Bloomingdale's On Screen. I'm coming to you live from Bloomingdale's 59th Street in New York City. So today is a very exciting day for us at Bloomingdale's. I'm thrilled to share that we partnered with celebrated designer Stella McCartney to curate our latest Carousel pop-up shop, Stellabration, which officially opened today. We couldn't be more excited to partner with such an incredible and iconic designer who you'll be hearing from at tonight's event. For those of you who aren't familiar with the Carousel at Bloomingdale's, it's our rotating pop-up shop driven by culturally relevant themes and curated by amazing guest tastemakers like Stella. In the Stellabration pop-up, you can discover a selection from Stella's latest collections, as well as eco-conscious items inspired by the designer's leadership and sustainability across beauty, wellness, home, and more. For the first time, Bloomingdale's shoppers can discover Stella's genderless shared capsule collection. That's actually who makes my suit right now, which I absolutely love. In addition to her Spring 21 and Resort 21 accessories collections, we will also have Adidas by Stella McCartney in the shop, swim, and kids, which is absolutely adorable. This curation has incredible finds that can make daily life more sustainable, whether that's through the way we dress, the beauty products we use, or even the products in our homes. Towards the end of the event tonight, I'll highlight some of my favorite items that I think you'll love. For now, I am so excited to introduce our special guest for the evening. We have here tonight Editor-in-Chief of The Cut, Lindsay Peoples Wagner, who will be speaking with Stella McCartney on all things sustainability and so much more. The Cut is New York Magazine's site covering style and culture. Lindsay was previously Editor-in-Chief at Teen Vogue. She's also the co-founder of the Black in Fashion Council, focused on the advancement of Black people in the fashion and beauty industry. Welcome, Lindsay.
Thank you so much, Marissa. My name is Lindsay Peoples Wagner. I'm the editor-in-chief of The Cut, and I could not be more thrilled and more excited to be here with our special guest today. Stella McCartney launched her fashion house and showed her first collection in Paris in October 2001. She is a lifelong vegetarian. She doesn't use any leather or fur. She's now operating over 55 freestanding stores in locations from Manhattan, London, Paris, Tokyo, Shanghai, all over the world. And her commitment to sustainability is incredibly important. It has been such a big part of the industry, and it's evident throughout all of her collections, all of her designs, and making it such a modern, chic, amazing company. So joining me today from London, please welcome Stella McCartney. Last time I saw you was pre-pandemic, so hello.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm excited to talk today.
No, for sure. We're all here because we really love fashion, and we know that the industry contributes a lot to waste and emissions. Sustainability is obviously such a core part of who you are and your brand. And it's something that, you really have made the core of everything that you're doing. So just tell us how that's evolved and what that means for Stella McCartney today.
How long have you got? How long have we for a year, maybe, to chat about this?
As long as you'd like to tell me.
Well, it's been a lifelong commitment, I think, is the reality of what it is to me personally. And, I was very fortunate that I was brought up in a way that took kind of nature and the earth and how we can take from the earth as long as we put back, and respecting our fellow creatures, and all of those sort of core values were really, at the heart of my upbringing. So I was very blessed in that. So that sort of life lesson stayed with me. And when I went into the fashion industry, I knew at a really early age I wanted to be a fashion designer, very early, from as early as I can really remember. And I just felt that I had to take that belief system into my workplace. And I've been lucky enough to be a leader and therefore have a platform and have a voice and use the opportunity, hopefully in a productive and mindful manner. But so at the core of everything at Stella McCartney from day one, the biggest thing was we've never used any leather, no animal glues, no feathers, no skins, no fur, which is, it may sound kind of, I mean, when I say it, it's like it rolls off my tongue, like it's sort of to be expected, but actually I'm the only luxury fashion house in the world that isn't using those materials. And in the entirety of that, and so it's very rare still to this day, nearly 20 years on from the brand, but it's at the core of everything we do, and that was the start. And then from that, linking sustainability with animal agriculture and farming animals for their skins in fashion, and what impact that has in a negative way on the planet.
So I know you have a video to share with us, Stella.
I do. It's the A to Z, as we say in England, but I'm half American. So it's the A to Z Manifesto for you guys that we created in the first lockdown.
So I really love that video. Thank you so much, Stella, for showing us. That was incredibly powerful, and what an incredible way to showcase your inspiration and your spring 2021 collection. So tell us, how are you feeling about it?
I'm excited. It's actually been one of the most creative and sort of fun experiences I've had in a long time, weirdly enough, in one of the strangest times. And we did an incredible collaboration with some of the most amazing artists. We did Rashid Johnson, A for Accountability, and Jeff Koons, did K for Kindness, and Kondo did G, and every single piece is circular, or there's zero waste pieces in there. Every single part of the collection is sustainable, and so it's been really, really exciting, and it's kind of reminded me of why I do what I do, which is great.
What I love about your approach with sustainability is that you obviously really understand that it has to be intersectional. There are so many things that are also affected by climate change, and just, the word sustainability, I think, is just thrown around as a buzzword now, but I'm really curious of how you feel you're putting sustainability as part of your daily life, because you understand it so well on so many different levels.
Yeah, I mean, I even say that to people that work with me. I'm like, what does sustainable mean? Do you even know what it means? We make vegan accessories. Do you guys even know what that means? And if we don't know inside Stella, then how on earth do you expect the world to know? These words are thrown away now so flippantly. And I think, and I pray that this is sticking this time. I've been doing this, as we said, for so long, and I've been ridiculed for the majority of my career. And now it seems like, oh, maybe I was kind of suggesting that the kind of right way to work in the industry. And this is across all industries. This is a conversation that isn't just for the fashion industry, it's for every industry, and many are far, far, far ahead of us. So yeah, I mean, it's really, the case is questioning everything we do, and it starts with design. It starts with, when I design and work with an artist like Nara, it's talking, okay, what's the yarn? Can we get an organic cotton as opposed to a conventional cotton? And then when you just ask those questions, you then very, very quickly, you start to find answers that you then, you create another question. So what is organic cotton? And, now we're looking deeply into regenerative farming. What is that? It means we're looking at the soil, we're looking at the nutrients going back into the soil. So we're not just advocating, not using chemicals and pesticides on a crop, which are harmful for the planet, harmful for nature, but also harmful for the people that are engaging in these chemicals on a daily basis. So the minute you ask one question, you're just hit with a million other questions, and you just can't turn back. And I think that's why I'm probably one of the few people working in this way, because it's, you know, it's hard. It's not, it doesn't come easily. We've gone so far down the road as an industry, and like many big industries. And I'm very fortunate that I started this way. So I'm not kind of trying to backpedal. I'm just progressing forward all the time, you know, always asking questions and pushing ourselves. And for me, it's as exciting as starting a design process. Oh my God, I'm inspired by a piece of architecture, a piece of art, and how does that look? How does it feel? How does it smell? And where does it drape? And who's wearing it? And what city is it in? And all of that escapism and creativity. I also go, and the other thing running parallel in my brand is I go, okay, if I want, you know, a leather coat, how do I get a leather looking coat? But I'm not going to do this, and I'm not going to put a PVC on it. What's PVC? It's petroleum based, you know, it's like, it's endless, endless, endless.
No, I love your passion for it, but I also love that you have admitted that it's not easy, that it is so many things. And the more questions you ask, you know, the more questions that come up. So what would you say, you know, for people watching that want to live a more sustainable life, to give them some advice on day-to-day things that they can do? Because I think this conversation can also feel very overwhelming for people that want to do better, but don't know some smaller steps that they could be taking.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, I've always said that something is better than nothing. Even I get overwhelmed. You know, I watch a documentary on this and I go, and I kind of get short of breath, you know, and if I'm doing that, then God help the rest of us, you know. So I think, look, it depends in which sort of area you want an answer for in life in general. Very, very simple, easy, small steps can have a huge, huge impact. I work with my family on an awareness campaign called Meat Free Monday, for example. So if you just give up meat one day a week, it's equivalent to giving up all of your transport for an entire week. So, you know, just stopping eating animals is possibly the best and you know, thing you can do, or just reduce your meat intake, because animal agriculture is a hugely negative sort of product basically on our planet. So that's an easy fix that you can do and you can introduce into your life. Many people are doing that now anyway. And I think that the exciting thing about this conversation is it's a youth movement. You know, I'm sure that you don't eat that much meat, whereas possibly your parents and your grandparents did eat more. And so this is a positive process that's happening naturally, because you know, we're safeguarding the planet for tomorrow, right? And also it's easier now. There's so many great alternatives. So things like that are very simple. In fashion, I think you can come to responsible brands. You should ask questions. You can come to me. We're not the cheapest brand in the world, but, you know, with quality and with real, you know, really, really important work in this kind of industry, it's an investment. And if you want to invest in less and it'll last you longer rather than fast fashion is super destructive. Every minute a truckload of fast fashion is buried or burnt. So trying to kind of get out of that rhythm, having a bit more respect probably for the process, how you're consuming. We need, as an industry, we do need some guidelines. We've been very indulgent. We're quite a wasteful industry, and we have gotten into a little bit of a kind of spoilt mindset, I think. And I think we need to be told, almost slapped on the hand and say, you know what, no, you know, if you're going to print that fabric, then try and use it up instead of just throwing it away afterwards. Or if you're going to order that fabric, you know, use it and be mindful of not wasting things. And I think also it would be really wonderful if we were incentivized to work in a more sustainable way, because I think that the designers of tomorrow need to, they want to work this way, but, you know, it's cheaper to buy leather sometimes. It's cheaper to work with the PVC sequin, or, you know, it's more available, or there's more they can do creatively because there's just more at the, you know, at their fingertips. So I think there's a lot of work to be done, but at least we're having the conversation, so I'm hopeful.
No, I totally 100% agree. I also think, you know, as we're still in this pandemic, so many of our consumption habits have changed, but also what we want to wear, you know, when we come out of this pandemic. And I'm just curious, as a designer, like, how do you think, you know, people are going to want to dress as we come out of this time?
It's funny, I've been thinking about it a lot. I was thinking about it earlier. I thought, you know, everyone's going to be so excited to get out and party and just get like months ago, I was like, God, everyone's like, oh, people want comfort, they're not buying dresses. It was all a bit of a buzzkill. And I was like, damn, people are going to want to buy a dress again. People are going to want to celebrate coming out of this moment, So I'm like, let's do our COVID celebration collection. So we've definitely worked on kind of just, celebrating fashion. I mean, it really is, it's an escape at the same time, that's what we're here to do, is to create a dream and a desire. But I do think that a lot of this is going to stick, and I think that's okay. I think if we're more conscious in how we consume, and if you buy a dress, you're allowed to wear it more than once, like you're allowed to wear it all the time.
Yeah.
Actually wear that dress every single time you go out and make a statement for only ever being seen in that same dress. Like, how fucking cool is that? So I think that I think people just need to break the pattern. I think this has broken so much in a negative way and in a just destructive way, and it's broken so much in a positive way. And so I think that, fashion is going to change, and I hope for the better. And I think we all need to make sure of that, because we're in control. Consumers forget you're in the driving seat. If you say, I'm not going to buy leather actually coming out of lockdown because I just don't think it's right, and I reduced how much I ate, and I'm only going to invest in really good products, then you're going to be the ones that make people stop. I mean, fur is actually coming out of the Western culture more in fashion, and that's because people won't stand for it. And if, that's powerful. I think we need to remember we're in the driving seat.
Yeah, no, I love that, because I think there's been such an increased momentum of talking about sustainability in the past couple of years. And then with this pandemic, I want, people to keep applying the pressure as far as talking about sustainability and what we can do to continue to move the conversation forward. So do you think we're experiencing a change toward that being more of a prominent conversation and offering more diverse perspectives in that?
I think so, but who am I to say, really? Because I am literally still the odd one out, really, that can have a kind of long conversation about this. I can't imagine you've interviewed many of my peers and they can sit and talk for like a lot of hours and give information. I think that one touches on it just because you kind of have to now as a journalist with a house, and then they'll have a kind of answer available, and that's kind of probably it. I don't know how far in your experience you can go into these conversations with my fellow team designers and things. So I hope that it's something that is becomes of great importance in my industry, and I hope that I don't have to be the only one talking about this all the time, because I think it's funny, my career started as Paul McCartney's daughter, and then it went into like rock chick vegetarian. Now I'm the sustainable pioneer, and it's like I'm a fashion designer, actually. And so if all of my fellow designers and business people are working in the way I do, then I can just talk about fashion when I get on the Zoom with you.
No, I love that. And I think it's so important for, moving these conversations forward. It's so important. And also, I think the idea of not being the only one, whether it be, diversity, inclusivity, sustainability, all these things is the goal, to not be the only person talking about it, and for all the brands to care. So
it's so
I'm
true.
excited.
We need more of us in the room, right? I'm such a half glass full kind of personality that's almost painful. And I'm like, out of this have come so many amazing movements. And now if we can have those conversations, if we can have them openly, if we can give like facts, people can learn in a non-aggressive way, if they can actually let some information land and resonate with them and have empathy, then those are moments where it truly comes into the way we conduct ourselves going forward. And that would be amazing out of this.
Let's talk about your new Stellabration Carousel shop here in Bloomingdale's. Tell us about, that's opening today, and why that's so exciting for everyone.
Well, what's great is, even in these crazy times, there's still this kind of push forward. The fashion industry is like, what, we're not giving up. I've been fighting this last year. I don't know about you, but it's like, come on, I'm going to fucking fight. Excuse my language, Bloomingdale's people, but like, I'm in the room to fight for everything I believe to be great about what we do at Stella. And I think I found myself really asking questions like, why do I do what I do? Why would people come to this fashion house? Why bother? Like, who needs another fashion house, really? And I really just felt really empowered and like, you know what, I feel so strongly about the way we work at Stella McCartney. We are such a good brand at the core of everything we do, you know, and it really fired me up, you know. So to work with Bloomingdale's on this kind of pop-up world is so exciting. And I feel really grateful that they chose to do it with us and that we're working as, you know, the teams are aligned, and it's great. You know, I really believe out of this creativity is such a healing part of all of us, and we all have creativity in us, whether you judge yourself as being crap at creativity or you think you're amazing. It's there. For me, it's more about kind of mental health and wealth. And so to do this project has been really great. And it's got the We Are Punks, it's got the Nara collaboration that I'm obsessed with, and it's got our lingerie, and it's got our sunglasses, which are our all of our bioplastics and things that we've been developing, and like amazing sustainable products in the pop-up. So I'm thrilled. And I think it is about getting the information across. A lot of the time, it's like we want people to know that they're buying into something that's really at the core of it is like good for the planet. But also I don't want to like shove it down their throats too. So probably people won't notice. You know, you go in, it's got all our vegan bags, all our vegan shoes, and they probably will walk away not even noticing, which is also part of the kind of thrill.
No, that's the best of both worlds then. When people don't
Yeah.
even, they're like, this just happens to be very chic.
Yeah.
I was really specifically excited about the genderless shared capsule collection. I'm wearing this sweatshirt,
Yeah.
and there's obviously really amazing eco-conscious friendly pics. So just tell us about some of your favorites that you would recommend.
Well, let me see yours, because you've got my favorite hoodie on. I have it over there. That's organic cotton, and which is sort of a given here. You have to move that beautiful long hair of yours for us to see the back. Show us again. So this is a collaboration that we did with an amazing, one of my favorite artists. I've got it on too, and it is. He's a Japanese artist called Nara, and I'm like obsessed with him. This is the first time he's ever collaborated with a fashion house, so I can't even believe it. And actually, it's funny, I was looking at his Instagram, and he's obviously so sort of zen and kick-ass and a lover of nature and a lover of animals. And I just thought, oh, that's why he said yes to us. Like, that's so amazing. I feel so lucky. And so this is, and as you said, it's shared. So it's basically genderless, which is pretty much how I dress more and more, especially in lockdown. But I've always been very much about sort of men's clothes and women's clothes and that collision. So this range is completely everyone in the house gets to wear it, essentially. So it's both annoying because everyone will be nicking it, but it's both kind of great because you can all share it. And yeah, then you've got all the vegan accessories there too. I know you've got the Falabellas, you know, our sort of famed bag. And
yeah, I wanted to hear just a little bit about like the Emily shoe and how that's vegan, which I think is incredible that you've been able to even create. The Falabella that's, you know, available in a lot of different shapes, and there's sneakers, flip-flops. There's really something for everyone, which I think you very rarely see in a collection that's also genderless and also eco-conscious.
Yeah, and the thing is about all of I mean, it's funny, I said to my teams, we were working, and I was like, why can't we say that? I was like, what's the difference between a vegan shoe or vegan sneaker? I know you have the loop sneaker, for example, which actually is glueless, which is another miracle of technology that I can tell you about. But I was talking about maybe, you know, this bag, for example. This is one of my big bags. I'm so bad at finding the camera on these things. There, that way. I don't know why I'm like reversed
so pretty
in my process here. So this is completely vegan and gorgeous, and I love this bag. It's my bag. And I was saying to my teams years ago, I was like, so what defines a vegan product against a vegetarian product in our accessories? And so glues are made of boiled down fish bones and animal bones, which is very fashionable and very sexy. So obviously we use a glue that isn't using animal. But the difference between a vegan glue and a vegetarian glue is an egg. So sometimes they put like an egg white in it for binding. And so ours obviously don't have the egg in. So it's things like that that I just think is so interesting. It seems sort of medieval in a sense that people are putting eggs in, you know, like it's, anyway, those are the kind of things that you can
wouldn't think there was an egg in the group, but yes.
Yeah, but I mean, but again, an egg isn't as bad as like a ton of boiled down bones from like cows and pigs and stuff, which is kind of gross.
Yeah.
So all of the products in there are vegan and again, like PVC free and everything. And it's in a lot of ton of organic stuff. And this collaboration is, and I'm, you know, I love it. I've even got, it's even got like its own special kind of limited edition label. And I mean, I think my mission really is now to produce things that you're going to want forever. And, you know, I know that nobody's ever going to throw this away. I know that the NARA collaboration will go up in value. So it's an investment. I know the minute you buy it, you can resell it for more than you bought it for, like things like that. And so I think that's kind of, for me, the future of fashion is to feel like you're investing.
Do you want to tell me a little bit about the manifesto and the different styles and similar eco elements, any other, the eyewear or any other pieces that you're really excited about with the collection?
Yeah, we've got the bags too, the Falabella bag, which is amazing. It's actually a vegan bag, but it has like a vegetable coating on it too, because sometimes some of the coatings that you can use on these non-animal based products can obviously have chemicals in them, which are less harmful to the planet than the actual animal product. They're not cutting down rainforests, for example. They're not using water inefficiently to graze cattle and things, but they still have an impact. So it's not like perfect. I mean, the most perfect thing is to not make anything and just kind of stay in bed under a solar panel, maybe. But I'm not that perfect. But so the Falabella is amazing. It has recycled nylon linings in it that are all from ocean plastic. So we work a lot with ocean plastics and recycling on nylons and polyesters and things. And so all of our Falabellas have that as the lining inside, which is like fishing nets from the ocean, or all the plastic bottles, we get them, and all of that is recycled into an amazing material. So that's when, for me, the future of fashion is technology. A lot of it is, I find that stuff super sexy and interesting.
No, I mean, it's always just such a pleasure to hear you talk about all these things, because I can feel your passion, even though you're in London and I'm in New York, and it's incredible to just hear how, you know, invested you are in this emotionally and in your business, and it's really admirable. So thank you so much for being here with us. We just saw a hint of the collections and other eco-conscious products available here in the new Stellabration carousel here at Bloomingdale's.
So thank you so much for having me. It's great to talk about everything. It's almost like therapy. And any questions, you know, I think it's really important as well as a consumer to reach out and ask questions. So we're very transparent at Stella. Any questions you guys have, just contact us and we are all yours.
This whole thing was enjoyable. So really, I can't thank you enough, Stella. And now we'll be going back to Marissa, who's live in New York, to show some more items from the carousel that just launched today.
Bye guys, thank you for having me.
Marissa, back to you.
Thank you, Lindsay and Stella, for such a wonderful conversation. That was amazing. And thanks again for joining us tonight. That was amazing. So as I mentioned earlier, the Stellabration pop-up shop officially launched today. So this will be running through May 17th, and you could shop it here at Bloomingdale's 59th Street in New York City, or online, of course, at bloomingdales.com. Now I would love to show you guys some of my favorite products that we have in the shop. All of these are eco-conscious pieces for the spring season, because don't forget, April is Earth Month, next month. So to start off, let's talk about Tata Harper. So Tata Harper is a fantastic, clean beauty line. It's one of Stella's favorites, and it's my favorite as well. So to just walk you through some of these top products. So this is the Water Lock Moisturizer. So this is super soft, I won't go through the whole thing, but this is very lightweight and fantastic. All of these are nature-derived formulas. It's hand-batched, so you know that each of your products is filled one by one to create really the freshest skincare possible. Another item to chat about that's really a bestseller is the cheek tint. So I personally love this cheek tint, and I use it on my lips as well. It's a really beautiful natural shade and really goes from day to night with whatever you're wearing. Next up, okay, so it looks like we have an audience question. So Kim says, where can I get the We Are Punk sweater like I saw Stella wearing? So Kim, that's such a great question. I think we're all obsessed with Nara. We don't have the sweater, but I can show you the sweatshirt. And the sweatshirt is actually what Lindsay was wearing. So you may have not seen the back, but the back is awesome. So you could see this is the front here, and then this is the back. So this says change the history. Awesome Nara detail. If you're not familiar with Nara, it's a Japanese artist that we love and Stella loves as well. So we're obsessed with this sweatshirt. You could buy this right now at 59th Street and it will be on com within the next couple of days. So thank you, Kim. Guys, keep asking the questions because I have all the amazing product here so I could show you right up close. So next, I want to talk about one of my favorite hand sanitizers that we carry in the shop. So if you're like me, you probably have a million hand sanitizers, but this one is special. So this is the Olika Clean Hands No Cracks hand sanitizer. So first of all, the packaging is absolutely adorable and whimsy. It's a vegan formulation. And it comes with this great clip. So you could clip it onto your bag, onto your children's school backpack, and really bring it anywhere. It's really hydrating, so it doesn't dry out your hands. And it's made with essential oils. So this one is actually lavender, so it smells quite beautiful as well. So definitely no alcohol smelling hand sanitizer here. Next up, we have another audience question. So it seems like we have a lot of fashion students, which is so near and dear to my heart. And they're asking questions. You guys are asking about how to get involved in the fashion industry, any advice? So I would say, and I'm sure that Stella and Lindsay would agree with me, you know, the best way to get involved in the fashion industry is really put yourself out there. Take chances, take risks, try to get some internships, DM people on Instagram, find people on LinkedIn, and really just go after what you're looking for. I think, you know, all of us working in the fashion industry, we're busy with our day-to-day lives. So it's up to you to really put yourself in the right place at the right time and really go after your dreams. So that would be my advice. But I love that people are asking that question because it's an important one. Next, I want to show you guys Pen and Pillar. So this is an amazing company from North Carolina. They print all of their really adorable stationery, and for you fashion students, this could be perfect. They use environmentally friendly paper, and it's printed locally in North Carolina in High Point. So we really love this brand. They make really adorable notebooks. Next up, there's a question about the Tata Harper lip and the cheek stain. So Lisa asked what the tint is. So this tint is called Very Popular. And it's a really beautiful tint. So that is, you can shop this right now on bloomingdales.com. It's a really fantastic. You can use it so many different ways, which is why I think it's such a great product. Next up, I want to go over one of my favorite sneakers. This is the Loop sneaker from Stella McCartney. Obviously, we know it's using all vegan materials, but the great part about this sneaker that I don't think many people know, it has a little hidden wedge underneath, a little hidden platform. So if you like to add a little bit of height to your everyday, this is a great way to do it and still feel comfortable. I would say this is a great sneaker because you could dress it up, dress it down. I could throw it on with the suit I'm wearing right now, or wear it as I'm going for a little workout. So absolutely love this sneaker from Stella. This comes in so many colors, and it's a really great add to your wardrobe. Next up, I want to highlight these 100% exclusive bags we created. So these are organic cotton, and they say really adorable phrases like "use me," I'm not disposable. So these are perfect for to throw in your tote bag. This is great for the farmer's market. And really, you just know that you are spreading a message that is really important to the world, honestly. I also want to feature these W&P mugs. So these are the Porter mugs. And what's great about these is you're really reducing your eco impact by using this because it's reusable, of course. It's created from durable ceramic. It keeps your tea or your coffee hot. And you could carry around wherever you go. If you're going for a walk, walking your dog. I use it when I'm walking my daughter with the stroller. But it's really an awesome mug, and the colors are so chic that it comes in. Next up, I want to go over these amazing straws. I don't know if you see them in the back of the video and you're wondering what these are. These are fantastic. So these are reusable straws, and they come with travel packages, so you could definitely throw them in your bag. They're made from platinum grade silicone, and they come with also 2 cleaning squeegees, which I think is a really nice touch for something like this. You don't want to put it through your dishwasher. You definitely want to hand wash it. And then lastly, well, actually not lastly, I have two amazing things to show, but this is 8 Greens. So this is a female founded company, which I absolutely love. And this is sort of like a best kept secret in the beauty world. So this has a bunch of tablets in here. You could drop them in whatever you're drinking, your water, your seltzer. But one of these tablets contains, and I'm reading this off of the box because it's so amazing, 6 cups of spinach, 6 oranges, 15 cups of broccoli, 7 cups of milk, and 3 cups of peas in just one of these tablets. So this is pretty amazing if you're on the go like me, if you're busy and you want to make sure that you are feeding your body the best of what's out there. These 8 Greens tablets are amazing. Okay, we have another question from the audience. Okay, Mark says, Marissa, I love your colored necklace. Where is it from? So this is another great item in this Carousel pop-up shop at Bloomingdale's. This is from Souvenir. And this is a female-founded company as well. I'll show you guys the earrings too. So the founder of this company, Christina, she makes pretty amazing things. So she finds all of these gems. Everything is sustainably sourced, and she puts them together into these beautiful, they feel truly like one-of-a-kind pieces. And I absolutely love them. So yeah, this necklace is great. I'm layering it with my gold necklaces. So it's definitely, she definitely makes pieces that you could incorporate into your everyday wardrobe, which I love. Okay, and then last but not least, I'm not sure if people at home are having some fun snacks, but we here at the studio are so excited to jump into this once we wrap. So these is from Vegan Cuts. So this is an amazing snack box. So we sourced Stella's personal favorite, which are these skinny dipped almonds, which are amazing. They're chocolate covered almonds. And there's just so many goodies in here, and it's all vegan friendly. So I know so many of us care about that. And this is the perfect box for you. Great while you're studying, watching this virtual event, and just enjoying. So yeah, these are some of my favorite items. If you have any more questions, please drop us a note in the chat or send us a private question. And I just wanted to thank everyone for joining us. Lindsay, Stella, thank you so much for an incredible evening. Everyone at home, I want to make sure everyone knows that you will receive a digital lookbook via email on how to shop. And you could also, of course, shop at our 59th Street flagship here in New York City or on bloomingdales.com. Thank you so much, and welcome to the Stellabration.